Hi everyone, welcome to this Flip Learning video on the discussion chapter. In addition to watching my video, which is only short, it's only 4 slides this one, I would like you to read the information in the module handbook about the discussion chapter itself. It starts on page 7, it's about a page and a half long. Lots of valuable information in there, a lot more than I'll explain in this actual informational video, and there may be bits in there that we forget or don't get a chance to actually cover in class. So make sure you constantly use your module handbook and ask if you've got any questions. So, the important part, the word count for your discussion section. If you're only using qualitative analysis, you want to be looking at 1500 words to really do a section justice. If you use quantitative and mixed, obviously this is going to differ and fluctuate depending upon how many tables and figures you've got in there and the type of data you've actually collected. If you're unsure about this, come and see me, come and ask me a question and we'll try and work out what's going to be the best sort of word count for you to look at. So, and you've probably heard me say this phrase before, but if you fail to prepare, then prepare to fail your research project. You've got to plan this section, you've got to plan it in detail. Think back to research methods last year, when I spoke about qualitative analysis and how we've tried to write a discussion. Think about what data you've got and think about what order it needs to be in. When I showed you the colourful chart, which again I will show you in class, and it's also in your research project, research methods, research handbook itself. On one side, you start off with your basic raw codes, the basic information. Then we try and group them in the middle. And then at the end, we can come up with themes. If we've got these themes, it makes it so much easier to write your discussion chapter because the themes are your headings that you actually use to write with. And they'll structure your work as well. In terms of the structure, the really important section in your research handbook, it's in the middle of the second page, well, page 8. And you've got a lot of information there about what should come in your introduction, what should be in your main body, and what should be in your conclusion. It also speaks about trying to link your discussion where possible to your literature review, the literature that you reviewed, had a look at, researched, examined, analysed before actually taking part in the study itself and conducting the study. Try to write as concisely as possible and try to not repeat yourself. So I won't cover each of these points that are now on the screen in this presentation, this video itself, but if you've got any questions regarding any of these, this is a point where you need to write them down, put them in an email, come and see me and ask me about them and clarify before you start writing. So for your discussion, you need to consider what's new and how this compares to what we already have. And if you haven't created anything new, what have you strengthened? Have you strengthened any areas? The whole aim of your research project was to create some new research, a new body of knowledge based upon what we don't already know. What is important in the discussion is for you to really sell your research, demonstrate the value of it, really sing its praises. The way to do this is to clearly signify the strengths of your research, i.e. the current project, the current study has unearthed that, the current study has shown that, etc, etc, etc. What you could also do in this section is describe how you may have overcome any limitations in your research. So if there are any sort of problems that you came across, any barriers that you were able to overcome, speak about them. Just remember to speak about them in third person. So again, the current study has overcome the following limitations, the impact of this has been, etc, etc, etc. Always speak about the impact. This is really high level stuff, and you'll probably not do something to this even at your first year at university. But if you can get into good habits now and try to get yourself so you're not in a slump and don't get yourself bogged down, you'll be really good and really useful at this when you get to university itself. If there are any more questions, come and see me. Thanks for listening.